Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the man who put the brain into brainstorm, the think into think tank, and the stoop into stupendous, the one, the only, Dr. Noah Nosemoor. Oh. Hello, everybody. Dr. Nosemoor here. Today we have a very exciting program scheduled. Ray Waite will be joining us. He comes to us from his office in Columbus, Ohio. And Ray will be a speaker on March 17th at the 2020 Annual Meeting and Trade Show for the Ohio Health Information Management Association. Ray's topic will be on encouraging risk. Welcome to the program, Ray.
Thank you, Dr. Nosemoor. It's a pleasure to be on your show.
So tell me, Ray, risk doesn't sound like such a good thing. Why in the world would you want to encourage it?
Well, Noah, the reason that we have so many companies today that are encouraging risk is that there's just so much churn and change going on in the world. We live in a very complex world, and as a result, we end up with very complex problems. You can't always solve complex problems using traditional methods. So what you need to introduce is innovation. With innovation, however, you also need an element of risk. And that's because to innovate, you need to step outside of that comfort zone and take that risk. So encouraging risk is a good thing in that it helps us to solve these complex problems.
So tell me, Ray, how does this affect those in the health information management industry?
Well, no, that's a very good question. The health information management industry today is facing a lot of change. They're trying to make data available for the benefit of patients, but at the same time, they're dealing with technology changes. They're dealing with new standards coming in. They're dealing with new security requirements. And so all these things, pile up, and you got all these complex problems to solve. So what my talk is going to do is it's going to help teams learn how to encourage risk across their team so that people do think about ways to solve these problems, and they also consider failure to be good in some cases.
Ray, as you know, Dr. Nosemoor knows many things. But you're telling me that failure is a good thing? How could that possibly be?
Well, doctor, there are certain conditions that allow you to consider your failure to be a good thing. One of them is that you learn something valuable. The second thing then is that you don't repeat your failures because that's just inefficient. So, what we try to do is set up experiments, and with experiments, we're not trying to solve the problem. What we're trying to do is to learn more about the problem and learn more about the potential solutions that we have.
Ray, could you give me an example of experimenting to control your risk?
Sure. Okay, let's consider this interview, for example. I have to consider things like, is this too strange? Is this too off the wall? And what I'll do is I'll set up an experiment where I will test it on some people before I give it out to the masses. That way I can assure myself that it's okay to proceed to the next step.
Ray, I don't see why anybody would find this interview as strange or off the wall. Regardless, I find your ideas on encouraging risk quite delightful. Please tell us one more time about the program.
Yes, the annual meeting and trade show for the Ohio Health Information Management Association is taking place on Monday, March 16th through Wednesday, March 18th. It's going to be in the Columbus area at the Hilton Easton. So register today, and then you'll see the link for registering at the end of this program. Thank you.
Thank you again, Ray. Please join us next time where Dr. Nosemoor will have a topic of how to stay focused and pay more attention to your subjects. Good day.